Studying for step 1 was so difficult. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, my name is Patrice and welcome to another video. So in today's video, first of all, it's been like forever since I sat down to do a YouTube video, which is actually embarrassing. But the year went by really quickly that before I realized it's like December. Right now, I'm on my way to actually I'm getting ready to go to the airport. And I was like, I need to record this video. I've never done like a sit down, get ready with me, but hopefully you guys are not bored with me actually like doing my makeup on camera. So I have like, what do I have? I have a mirror here, so that's where I'm gonna be looking. So the year started off really nicely. Like, it was nice. I started the year by traveling to Ghana. My best friend got married and I was the maid of honor. So it's one of those days that you've spoken about since like high school. And it was definitely one of those days I didn't want to like miss. So I went to Ghana, we did the wedding. I actually have a video on it, but here are some cute pictures if you want to like see. And it was like a really good time. And then after I came back, the plan was to like, you know, study for my step 1, go do my rotations, and then like let the year go on. And studying for step 1 was so difficult. Oh my gosh, step 1 made me cry so much tears that I actually haven't like cried that much in a long time. That was how difficult step 1 was for me. It was like very difficult. I'm not even gonna lie. So I actually saw this like primer that I have. There you go. That I actually really like. So I'm just gonna go on and just like use it. Studying, my first week and a half or like 2 weeks of studying was like actually like not bad. Like I was like enjoying reviewing. Like I was like, oh, this is like good. And then I took a practice test and I actually passed. Like I passed like right on the dots. Like you need a 61 to pass. And I was like, oh, like I'm good, you know? I am good. I can like definitely like study for like 5 more weeks and I go take my step exam. The next week after that, I take another practice test, I fail it. I take another practice test, I fail it. Like I keep failing and I'm like, oh my goodness, what's happening? And I'm like literally right on the border. So like there are days that I get like 59% and there are days that I get like 60%. And remember, this is like, you need 61 to pass. So it was just like after 6 long weeks of studying, I didn't feel prepared for the step 1 exam. And it's one of those things where it's like you've planned your year, you have a very tight schedule, and it's like you feel so defeated. I got over it, went into my family medicine rotation, which was like actually really nice. But so I finished my family medicine rotation, and then I have like 4 more weeks that I had originally planned to do to actually do like focus on like research. But because of like everything happening, I wasn't able to like do research, and it was like I have to sit down and study for this exam. But God being so good, like eventually I had my breakthrough, and I think I had my breakthrough because like people were praying for me. Like my entire family was praying for me, and my friends were praying for me. I passed the exam twice, and then after that I was like, I'm gonna go take this exam. And that was like exactly what happened. I took the exam, and because I took it in, I'm sorry guys, I don't know how people do this and talk. This is actually hard. But let me just put this foundation on. But as soon as because I took it in end of April, I had to wait till June. So most people get their scores back in like 3 weeks, like 3 to 4 weeks. But I had to wait like 2 months to actually get my score back, which was like painful, quite frankly, because there are days where I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh my God, that exam was so, and the real exam was like hard. It was really hard. So then I was like, oh my God, I think I failed. And one time I came home and I got an email from like NBME, which is like the people in charge of like writing this exam. and I was like checking my scores. I think I have a video of me being so nervous checking my score. I will like link it, but I was really nervous. But anyway, God being so good, I checked and I passed it, and it was such a relief. I remember praying to God, and I was like, God, even if I don't have any testimony for this year, I just want one testimony, and that's like I passed my step 1. Because as many of you know, step 1 is now pass fail, and it's really, really bad if you fail. Like if you fail, it's like, it's so hard to overcome, you know, because now it's pass fail. Residency directors are going to ask, it's going to be like, why did you fail? Like the bar, according to people, it's like, oh, the bar is low, like why did you fail? But the truth is like this exam is much harder than it actually used to be. By June, I was like, I was tired of school. I wanted to leave. I was tired, I was exhausted, I was burnt out. Our rotations are really long, and it's like, it's nice. I really enjoy being in the hospital, and I really love seeing patients. I genuinely do. But when you tack on the additional responsibility of like coming home after you're exhausted to study for, we call it a shelf exam, which is like the exam you take at the end of the rotation, it's exhausting. That was that. Back to at the end of June and me being tired and wanting to leave, I had gotten an opportunity, a really great opportunity in February of this year. I had applied to the Stanford Cardiovascular Institute summer research, and I got the opportunity, like I actually like got accepted, and I was like, this is my time to bounce out of Rochester and like leave. So then I went to California for 7 weeks. It was like a 10-week program. I did like a couple weeks virtual, and then I went to Stanford, and that's why I have like my Stanford shirt, and the program was like amazing. First of all, California is amazing. No wonder everyone likes it and everyone wants to stay there, because I had such a good time in California in terms of like being at Palo Alto, learning. The weather is like fantastic, and being in that weather and just like learning. And Stanford in general has like, I don't know, but if you're someone that's like intellectually curious, like that's the place for you. There's like so much to learn, so much to do. Like one thing I really liked about the program was, so in your personal statement, they make you write about like your research interest, and as most of you know, I'm interested in like cardiac surgery. So I wrote about that. I wrote about like heart transplants, like things I was like actually interested in. And it was incredible how they paired me up to someone who was like literally doing exactly what I'd written about. And those are like opportunities you don't come across easily. And I had a really good time there with like research and just like learning from the best in the field, really. And also like making new friends. So it's a program with like med students and undergraduates. So it's really nice, like, you know, getting to know the pre-medical students and just like being like a source of like encouragement for them, like, hey, you can do it and stuff like that. And also like making new friends and like who are in medical school and were in like other institutions, because I really haven't gotten the opportunity to like make friends with like people from like other institutions. So that was also a really, really nice time. So just a minute, I think I need to like do my concealer because I don't know how people do these things together, but I cannot. So guys, doing makeup and talking is not for the weak. And in case you're curious what I'm using, for foundation I actually used NARS. That's what I'm using. I think it's Namibia. It's actually really good. I like it. And for my concealer, it's also NARS. There we go. And the color is Cocoa. I actually don't really like it because I feel like it doesn't blend in. Like it blends in well, but I feel like it doesn't make such a, like, you know, a nice highlight. Like I feel like sometimes you can't see the difference on my face. So what I usually do is that I go in with this, and then after that I like go in with this like all finished Fenty that I have. Like I just like, yeah. So after Stanford, I come back to my Rochester, which quite frankly, after being in California for a while, I was like, okay, I miss Rochester, I miss home, I'm going back. So I came back to Rochester, and guys, it's so hard to do makeup and talk. It's really hard, so maybe I'm just gonna pause at a certain point. Came back and started my rotations. I did a 3-week rotation in neurology, and it was like really, really fun. I had a good time. I think my favorite service was like the stroke service, because a lot of strokes are from your heart, and because I like the heart, like it actually things like made sense to me, and I was like genuinely curious, and it was like a good time. But things with like peripheral neuropathy, like every time I would do my physical, like the attendant would come do his physical, and it was like completely different from what I got. Like I would pinpoint the patient, I'm like, do you feel it? They'll be like, no. And then when the attendant comes and he's like, do you feel it? They'll be like, yes. And I'll be like, anyway, you believe the patient. So I'm like, okay, I don't know why you didn't say. Maybe I didn't like pushing more and stuff like that. But neurology was really fun. Come back and I do my surgical rotation, and I'm actually interested in surgery. So this was like a rotation that I've been like really looking forward to, and it was great. It was great, but some parts of it wasn't as exciting as I wanted to, which is like nice. Like I had like a couple weeks on a couple of services that I was like, I cannot do this. Like my favorite service was obviously like cardiac surgery. Like for 2 weeks, I felt like I was a kid in a candy store. Like every day I genuinely wanted to go in. I wanted to go in, or we had like so many like different cases and so many like different things to see. And I was like, the attending I was with, Dr. Durrani, God bless him, because like just the opportunities and the things that I got to see, a lot of people don't even get that opportunity. So for him to give me that opportunity, I was very grateful. And his fellow was also really, really nice to me, and just like kind and compassionate, and created a safe space to like make mistakes. And a teacher, like he would actually teach me, okay, Grace, this is the way to get numbers, this is the way to like present. And his surgical assistant was so amazing. Like he like took his time to teach me how to like sew skin, techniques to use in the operating room, like the steps in like doing cardiac surgery, and just like the different operations. Clearly very talented, and it was like I was in the right place at the right time with the right people. And I was like, God, thank you for this opportunity, because most people don't get this opportunity. I was in adult congenital surgery. The attending I was with, that's what he mainly does. So it's just like a lot of like complex cases, and a lot of like anatomy that's like different from like the usual anatomy of like, you know, of the heart. So like different anatomies, and it was just like very, very interesting for me to see, because I'm a very curious person by nature and I get bored quickly. So I was happy there were just like new things to see. But in addition to that, I still actually really like the bread and butter cases of cardiac surgery. So like a CABG, and a CABG is the coronary artery bypass graft and valve replacement. I really enjoy seeing those, and I feel like I can do them all day. Like I would do it and I'll actually be happy, because it makes such a significant change in the life of the patient. So yeah, cardiac surgery was great. A service I didn't enjoy was breast. I actually enjoyed the surgery in itself. Like it was like kind of like relaxing, like you're taking the breast tissue out, but it really gave off this vibe of female toxicity, and I don't know, I just didn't feel so welcomed during my time. I don't know if I should be like saying this online, but who knows? It's not like they're gonna come across my channel, and even if they do, this is like the truth. This is how I felt. I didn't feel great on that service. I couldn't wait to be done. It was just like not an environment where I could see myself thriving, and that was one of the experiences that I didn't like on surgery. But aside from that, all my other rotations were like fine. Hospital surgical service is like it's a lot of like things to do, and it was also nice. I got exposed to a lot of like appendectomies, So appendectomies is when you have like appendicitis, and we go in and we take out your appendix, and just like seeing the different ways you can do it. So most of the ones that I saw were actually like laparoscopic, and with laparoscopic we go in with like our instruments and like look inside your belly, and it's like take out the appendix. And then that was like really nice. I also got to see how they take like your gallbladder out, not to bore you with like the details, so those were also nice. And I spent 1 week on like robotic surgery, so like working with like the Da Vinci. I wasn't working with the Da Vinci, please don't get it confused. But I was, helping change instruments, and the Da Vinci really revolutionizes surgery. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the amount of detail you could see on the screen when you're doing robotic surgery is like phenomenal. I was like, oh my God, this is what I want to do all day. So that's how surgery went. It was really, really great, but it was very time demanding. Like most of the times for like surgery, I had to be at the hospital by like 6 a.m. period. And for like hospital surgical service and cardiac surgery, I was at the hospital at like 4:30. By 4:30, like I was at the hospital, and then I wouldn't come back home till like 5 p.m. So it was like long days, and sometimes I would come back and I'm like, I'm too tired to open a book and study for my shelf exam. But God being so good, I took my shelf exam, and we're praying. I trust God, I passed. I'm not even gonna say like we're praying, I passed. Like I trust God and I passed. So yeah, that's how my year has been. I've like spoken so much and still haven't done any makeup. So I'm just gonna really make this makeup really quickly. And kudos to all the people that do makeup and talk, because it's hard. So this is like a really old palette that I have, and it's my quick palette for like doing contours and stuff like that. Usually I would go in with like my Fenty to like do my contour, but time is ticking and I need to leave. So I'm gonna rather go in with a darker color here. This one here, let's see. Yep, this one here for like my contour, do that, and let's see. But yeah, it's been a good year, but it's been busy. Third year medical school has really been like really busy for me. So this is my bronzer I got from NARS. I got from Sephora. It's NARS, and I feel like this, it's called Savage, and it's one of those things that the people at Sephora was like, oh, do you want to try this? I think it will look really good on your skin. And he put it on my face and I was like, I want it. And it was like really expensive, but I had just gotten my stipend for my research, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy myself something nice. So that really is about it, about my like makeup. Okay guys, so that's all I had. I'm so sorry I haven't like uploaded in like months, literally like almost the whole year after my other video about like memory verses. But thank you guys for like really watching. If you found this like catch up nice and exciting, and you want to keep encouraging me to do videos, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You guys are really the reason why I do my YouTube videos, and you guys always encourage me. For those of you that have been sending me messages, DMs, encouraging me anytime like I post something on IG or say I'm having a hard time, just all the encouraging words really mean the world to me. So like, thank you guys. Let's make 2024 a really good year.